Greetings, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of A Shift in Perspective. With me, your favorite, realist, sexiest spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. On behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information has been given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use and or reproduction without the proper acknowledgement from where this information was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties and or individuals. And so it is. Now, let's get to it. So, this one right here is meant to influence those, to inspire those who are going through any kind of change in their life. And it may be a part of your spiritual awakening. You may be experiencing a loss, and you may have to be doing some healing, or you may be asking yourself why, what is going on. I'm here to help you guys to shift your perspective, because now is not the time. This is the year of karma, but also too, this is not the time or the place for us to be down in the dumps and woe is me and play the victim role in whatever is going on in our lives, because everything happens for a reason. So please keep that in mind, okay? Destroying to rebuild, spiritual upgrades. That is the topic that we are talking about today. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, this whole thing was channeled. Okay, this is my automatic writing, and I may or may not add more afterwards, but this right here was channeled directly to me for anybody who needs it. So I hope it helps you. Spiritual upgrades sometimes come across as tower moments. That's what a lot of us people, us psychics and people in the spiritual community, tarot card readers and stuff, we call those tower moments, okay? Spiritual upgrades sometimes come across as tower moments because we are hard-headed by human nature and all creatures of habit. If we were to pay attention to the symbols, signs, and synchronicities that the universe gives us when it is time to separate from something or someone that is no longer serving us, which means if somebody is no longer serving us, I'm not talking about your maid, like, all right, she's been here 15 years, time to go. That's not what I mean. When I say no longer serving us, I mean somebody who is not for our highest good. We would not have these moments if you were to pay attention. Unfortunately, along with evolution has come a lot of destruction across the world. So people more so have a tendency to look at anything that fails or falls apart as bad. And that's where perception or perspective comes into play. That has a lot to do with ego, because anything you put effort into, you want to work. Unless, of course, you have a poverty mindset. And when you have a poverty mindset, well, I guess I'm going to be interjecting in between. But if you have a poverty mindset, then every time something fails, you automatically, it's like you begin to expect things to not last long, to fail. And it's kind of like you talk yourself out of things before you even have a time for it to come into fruition, okay? Because in your head, everything good is too good to be true. So you begin to expect failure, and that is a poverty mindset. Instead of accepting failure and defeat in a situation, perhaps shift your perspective. Look at it from a third person point of view, which helps you to be more neutral or non-judgmental. And when I say a third person point of view, that means taking yourself outside of the situation and looking at it as a whole, not just subjective, but objective also, which means you're just not looking at it from your point of view. You're being honest, you're being real with yourself. And that is a part of shadow work also, is sometimes you have to look at yourself the third person and you have to be real with yourself. You don't have to just be like, oh, well, it's me, so it's justified. Sometimes you just have to really be real with yourself, guys. And it's hard for a lot of people to do, especially in the midst of their life falling apart. But you have to pay attention to all the elements and see what role you have to play in this situation. That's how you learn. Ask yourself a few questions, such as: 1. Did something I did or did not do cause this endeavor to fail? 2. What could I have done better or differently? 3. Did I learn anything from this experience? If so, what? 4. What did I like about this experience? Because everything has a little bit of good with the bad with it. Okay, unless it's like prison or some shit. 5. What did I not like about this experience? 6. What effect did what I like have on me? 7. What effect did what I not like have on me? And 8, which I feel like is the most important, was it worth it? Because sometimes things are more so for sentimental value, and a lot of times people do things and at the end they realize it wasn't worth it. And sometimes things have to fall apart in order for you to realize the value or the lack of value in the situation. And unfortunately, sometimes that is a hard pill for people to swallow, especially when they feel as though they've invested so much time and effort into something and it falls apart. But sometimes it's for the best. You know, God's rejection is God's protection. Okay? Asking yourself these questions may help you to look at the situation differently. Hindsight is 2020, and this may help you to identify some key points that you may have missed the first time. Looking at your failure or defeat from a different perspective helps you to relearn areas that you thought were solid and correct them, while also incorporating what you learned from the experience so that you do not make the same mistakes again. Let me repeat that part, because somebody needs to hear that again, okay? That doesn't mean going back to the same toxic environment situation over and over again, expecting different results. That's insanity. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna read that again. Looking at your failure or defeat from a different perspective helps you to relearn areas that you thought were solid and correct them, while also incorporating what you learned from the experience so that you do not make the same mistakes again. Sometimes you do have to repeat things. Just like you may have to repeat a grade, you may have to repeat a lesson, whatever. But you should have learned something from the first times. Like, say if you take a test, right? That's a perfect example. You take a test and it's multiple choice. And then after the exam, your teacher goes over the exam with you, and your teacher goes over the incorrect answers and the correct answer. And then she says, okay, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take this test over again. If you paid attention, no matter if they changed the order of the answers, if you paid attention, you will still remember the correct answer and your grade should be higher. Okay. A tower moment is a lesson and a blessing. In boot camp, they have a motto called Destroy and Rebuild, which means tearing down your old concepts and beliefs and building yourself up on a new, stronger, unshakable foundation, one that is not easily swayed or penetrated. And that's what people don't understand. Any professional, whether they're a professional artist, whether they're a professional athlete or anything, the way that they became a professional, the way how they perfected their craft was through repetition. A lot of times when things don't work out the first time, we have this fuck it mentality. And I know because I used to have that fuck it mentality. I'm a fire sign, and we're quick to say fuck that shit and walk away. But I started realizing that that was not serving me because I was not making any true progress in life, because I kept having to restart and I was not learning the lessons. I was just in my ego, and when things didn't work out, I would just say, fuck it, shut down and walk away. But as time went on and I had no choice but to pick myself up and follow through with certain tasks, I learned better. And those who know better do better. Sometimes we have holes in our traditions, concepts, and beliefs that cause us to lose hope at the first sign of resistance and failure. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I repeat, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Even if at that time it feels like you're weaker, like a phoenix, you will come out of the fire renewed and restored and having learned something. So accept the lessons, because they are truly blessings in disguise if you learn them appropriately. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Remember that. And the redo was necessary to solidify the foundation you are building and for your future success. So, just like Aaliyah said, if at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again, guys. All right. I'm here to breathe life into anybody who has felt as though their whole structure, their whole life has fell apart. As long as you have breath in your body, just like I said, it's another chance for you to pick yourself up and to try again. Do not be discouraged. All right. Cast your fears, cast your burdens on God. Sometimes God will destroy everything because we feel as though we control everything, not realizing that we are here for a reason and there's a higher source that guides us. And sometimes God just wants us to return to Him and ask for that guidance. So He will take everything from you until you have nobody to call on but God. I know that. I've been there plenty of times because we're humans. We're humans. We're having a human experience, okay? And it's human nature to sometimes forget who truly holds the power, to forget who our true support system is, which is God, or Source, the divine universe, Allah, Yahweh, Jah, Abba, whatever you want to call it. Same shit, different toilet. You know who I'm talking about. Okay? Good things take time. Keep going. Woo! That's it. That's all I got. Now, I hope that you guys received this message well. I hope this message was received with love and benevolence, because that is my intention when I put this out. I hope that it helps somebody. And even if this message was not for you, you came across this message for a reason. So if you do know somebody who's going through some things and they need some inspiration, some guidance, if they feel like their life is a shit show or they feel like everything has fallen apart, tell them, be not discouraged. Have faith. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. And KIP. Keep it pushing. I love you all with the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, and everything that I have inside of you all. And I wish the best for everybody who watches this video. I love you.